Hook sharpness is going to be one thing that will put more fish on the bank for you. This season I've really sort of focused in on my sharpening of my hooks, and I feel it has certainly increased my chances. Out of the packet, most of the new chemically sharpened hooks are sharp, but they're not quite sharp enough. The only hooks that I've found so far to date that would be stunningly sharp are the Ace hooks, and out of the packet I probably wouldn't buff them up. Once they've been out in the water a little bit of time, or I've had a fish, I definitely would give them a run over with a stone. Now, one of the best sharpening systems on the market to date has been the Jag system. Now, the Jag system is a relatively new system, and what they do, they have a number of sharpening stones. There's 3 in the range, and then they also have a vise, and they also have like a little eyepiece that you can put on. It's a little magnifier, so you can check the hook point if you're really anally worried about how sharp your hooks actually are. So here's a typical chod hook link, and for me, one of the aspects of the chod is it needs to be razor sharp. So the minute the fish goes down and it gets stuck in that bottom lip, I want that pulling home, and having a needle point on your hook is a must. So up to this point, I've been using the Jag hook sharpening kits without the actual Jag vise, and this is the Jag vise. Having since I purchased the Jag vise, I've found it so much easier to actually do the sharpening process. So I would recommend it. Now, I've purchased all of my Jag stuff from Main Irish Angling. They're the only stockists in Ireland that actually presently retail and stock the Jag range. So there's my hook in the vise, very, very simple. And they have 3 different files. They've got the heavy duty file, and that's designed to take off the most amount of metal in the fewest of strokes. They have the medium and they have the fine. Now, to be honest with you, I've not seen any real difference between the medium and the fine. I don't see a need to buy both. I did, but I tend to use one or the other, and they just work fine. They work equally the same. So I'm sure I'll be corrected by somebody out there who disagrees with that. But anyway, the main file, as you can see, is just a normal standard file with a nice little sort of handle on it. And what I tend to do is, when I put my hook into the actual vise, I put my index finger over where the knot comes out the underneath of the eye. When you're sharpening, always remember, keep your finger on the eye of the hook and protect your hook link material. Sharpen from the bend of the hook here out towards the point, never back towards the bend. So we're going to do it very simply, and we're going to run the file along the very top plane of the hook, and we're going to keep running that, and then we're going to do this side and then the back side. So it's a matter of just filing it down this side then, and then the other side. Give it a quick test, and that's sticky sharp. All of these files, by the way, come in a little protective tube, and I recommend you keep them in it. It does protect them nicely. Now we move on to the second file, which is the fine one, and we just give it another quick touch up like so. Now, I've watched Jim Shelley sharpening hooks, and he recommends you do it until you draw blood. I ain't drawing no blood, but that is sticky sharp. I mean, that just wouldn't be sharper if I tried. That really is just unbelievably sharp. Now, a lot of people get concerned that because you've taken away the coating that's naturally put on in the process of the hook making, sometimes it's a Teflon coating, but a lot of them are coated anyway and dull and muted, that once this coating's taken off, it can rust, or it can burr, or it can lose its sharpness rapidly in the water. The water and the minerals in the water have an effect on the metal. So what Jag did was they brought out the Jag solution pens. Now they come in a double pack. This one was a double pack of brown and green, and they also do black and gravel. So it's just a matter of matching up the lake bed to, you know, if you've got a lot of weed out there, you go to the green. If you've got silt, you go brown, and you just touch up the hook like so. And these are great actually, because you not only can touch up the hook, I mean, I have a tendency to do the whole hook, but you can do it on your braid, you can do it on your tubing, you can do it on your lead, whatever you want to camouflage, you can do it. And the great thing about that material, it's not just a normal like marker pen. Whatever the solution in the pens itself is, it adheres to the metal and stays on it for much longer than if it was just a normal marker pen. And as I said, there's like a special solution in it that will protect the hook much longer whilst it's in the water. So there you have, that's the Jag sharpening system. It's an absolute doddle to sharpen your hooks. It takes seconds to do it, and without a shadow of a doubt, it puts lots more fish on the bank. The minute they mouth the bait, what you need is a hook to literally go straight in the minute they've mouthed the bait. And one thing that always amazes me, whenever I see a capture on the bank, one of my buddies has caught something, I always nip up, and if I'm helping out, the one thing I do is once the hook is out of the fish's mouth, I touch up the point with my fingers to see how sharp they're fishing their hooks. And the amount of guys who fish with practically blunt hooks is staggering. These kits are not expensive. This is in euros now. If you're in the UK, then obviously your local stockists will have the pricing for you. This was €25. That's the most expensive outlay. The vices, that's the vice. The actual files themselves, I think they're retailing around the €10 mark each, give or take. The solution pens for 2 is around the €11 mark. And that's really all you need. It is a small edge. Now we're into November now, it's winter fishing. Things are going to slow down dramatically, and you really do get much fewer chances of fish on the bank, and therefore you need to convert every opportunity to a fish on the bank. So by just honing hooks, making sure your hook lengths are the right length, they're tied properly, it's all the little things. You know, if something doesn't sit right when you're, for example, like the chod systems, if when you're making it and the knot doesn't sit quite right, don't take second best. Discard it, start again, cut the components out, use them again and start again. It's the small little edges that will put more fish on the bank for you. And if you watch any of the real successful anglers out there, they're the guys that take their time and go through each process, making sure that everything has been done to the best of their ability. They don't take second best. If something doesn't sit right, or if the hook isn't sitting in line with the swivel and things aren't right, they change it, and that's the secret of confidence. If you fish confidently, you'll fish better. Confidence and not having it is a killer when you're fishing, so I would recommend you take a look at the Jag system. Absolutely, there's some great stones out there from different companies, Gardner, Tasker. They all do great stone ranges for sharpening hooks, but I find the Jag system is simple, it's effective, and by Christ, it's put a lot of fish on the bank for me this year. I'm a huge fan of sharpening hooks now, and it only takes literally 20 seconds and I'm ready to go again. Every time I cast out, I give it a quick buzz up with the stone, off she goes. I know that I'm fishing in the best possible manner, and that my rig is going to be, if it's picked up, it's going to go in. That's all I need it to do. So this has been Oddie's Angling TV. Quick look at the Jag system of sharpening hooks, and we'll catch you in the next video.
If you want to check out the range of Jag sharpening stones, files and kits, we suggest you take a look at mainirishangling.com.